The sixth episode of She-Hulk. Attorney-at-Law took a fun diversion from its regular storyline to feature an inconvenient wedding and the second face-off between Jennifer Walters and the supervillain Titania. However, the episode closed with a chilling tease that a secret organization known as Intelligencia has set its sights on She-Hulk. Intelligencia is a secret organization from Marvel Comics that comprises the world's smartest supervillains to exchange information about the various Avengers, as well as strategies to aid in their criminal endeavors. This new revelation has led many fans to wonder who may be involved in this movement in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Valentina Allegra de Fontaine Julia Louis-Dreyfus appears to be filling the role of Nick Fury in the MCU's Phase 4, appearing in various titles as Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, otherwise known simply as Val. The character is implied to have a vastly important future in MCU's Phase 5, especially as she has recently been confirmed as the benefactor of the eponymous team in the 2024 film Thunderbolts. Val is certainly involved in more than she would ever let on, working constantly in the shadows to achieve her own ends. The character is almost certainly keeping tabs on the new superheroes of the world, including She-Hulk, perhaps even as a member of the Intelligencia. If this is the case, fans should expect to learn more about her intentions when she next appears in Thunderbolts. Ultron is one of the most fearsome recurring villains in Marvel Comics, who is involved in the latest story concerning Intelligencia. As the most sophisticated artificial intelligence ever created, he proved to be a colossal threat against the Avengers each time he reappeared. Though Ultron has remained dormant since his defeat in Avengers: Age of Ultron, the MCU has been subtly hinting at his return for quite some time. If he indeed makes a reappearance, he would certainly prove to be a valuable asset to Intelligencia, with his supreme control over technology and limitless access to the world's information aiding them greatly in their endeavors. Baron Mordo is Masters of the Mystic Arts' former member turned Dr. Stephen Strange's sworn enemy. His magical skill makes him a formidable opponent to the Sorcerer Supreme, becoming one of the prime magical threats currently at large on Earth. The Earth 616 version of Chiwetel Ejiofor's character has not been seen since 2016's Doctor Strange film, but is still very much lurking in the MCU. His intimate knowledge pertaining to the Masters of the Mystic Arts is unparalleled and would prove invaluable to Intelligencia. Red She-Hulk in the comics, longtime Bruce Banner's love interest, Betty Ross, is eventually transformed into the anti-hero known as the Red She-Hulk. As her Hulk counterpart, Betty is inducted into a secondary iteration of Intelligencia in the comics, working alongside the team and its mysterious benefactor, who is implied to be her father, General Thaddeus Ross. Liv Tyler's version of Betty Ross has not been seen in the MCU since 2008's The Incredible Hulk. However, given that long-absent characters from this film have been returning to the franchise en masse, Betty's return seems inevitable, especially considering the recent passing of actor William Hurt, who famously portrayed General Ross. The MCU is still in need of a Red Hulk with Ross' absence, making Betty the perfect addition to the growing list of Intelligencia's members. Egghead Dr. Alihaz star is a scientist-turned-supervillain in Marvel Comics who becomes known as Egghead. Typically, doing a battle with Ant-Man, Egghead is one of the main members of Intelligencia in the comics, though his hatred for Hank Pym often blinded him to the group's true purpose. Many fans may not realize that Egghead has already been introduced in the MCU. Ant-Man and the Wasp introduced a future Thunderbolts member Ava Star the Ghost, whose father, Alihaz, was supposedly killed in the explosion that gave her powers. However, given that explosions rarely kill anyone in the MCU, fans should certainly expect that they haven't seen the last of the villainous Egghead. Justin Hammer is the CEO of Hammer Industries, a weapons manufacturer that serves as the prime competitor to Stark Industries. Over the years, Hammer has become Tony Stark's sworn enemy in both the comics and the MCU. Sam Rockwell's Justin Hammer has been entirely absent from the MCU since his arrest in Iron Man 2, aside from a cameo appearance in the one-shot All Hail the King. Nevertheless, the MCU's recent fixation with bringing back previously forgotten characters bodes well for Hammer's return in future projects. With Tony Stark dead, Justin Hammer may see a surge in his own company's success, perhaps leading him to partner with Intelligencia as a means of designing his own version of Stark technology that could be explored in the upcoming Disney Plus series Armor Wars. MODOK is a human mutate cyborg who functions as one of the most significant supervillains in the Marvel Universe. He is a prime member of Intelligencia in the comics, offering his superhuman intelligence and psionic abilities to their expansive list of assets. Fans have been yearning to see MODOK in live action for quite some time, and their wishes will finally come true in the highly anticipated upcoming Phase 5 film, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Trailer footage at San Diego Comic-Con revealed that MODOK will appear in the film, with many fans theorizing that Corey Stoll's Darren Cross could function as the MCU's version of the character. The Supervillains' upcoming debut essentially confirms his membership in Intelligencia. The Kingpin Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin of Crime, is one of the most powerful villains in the Marvel Universe, who keeps the gangs of New York City under his thumb as their leader and prime benefactor. His exploits make him the insurmountable ruler of the criminal underground and a prime candidate for Intelligencia. Vincent D'Onofrio's return as the Kingpin in Hawkeye promised that bigger stories would be told with the character in future projects. Fisk seems to be a major player in MCU's Phase 5, with appearances confirmed for both Echo and Daredevil. Born Again. This could foreshadow a much more powerful version of the villain than fans have seen depicted on screen before, perhaps backed by the other minds of Intelligencia. Doctor Doom is undoubtedly the most highly anticipated villain, who fans hope will join the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the coming years. This has caused them to speculate as to when the character will join the franchise and who will play him when he finally does appear. Doctor Doom is one of the most intelligent people on the planet and certainly one of the most formidable villains in the Marvel Universe. The supervillain is involved in almost every clandestine secret organization in Marvel's history, making him a sure candidate to appear in the burgeoning Intelligencia when it is finally depicted in all its morbid glory. The leader, the diabolical Dr. Samuel Stearns, is a supervillain who becomes known as the leader in Marvel Comics. Not only is he a major villain for the Incredible Hulk, but he also becomes a worldwide threat after he finds the organization known as Intelligencia as a means of sharing information among himself and other supervillains. There is no Intelligencia without the leader, and it is no coincidence that the organization's debut comes only weeks after it was confirmed that Tim Blake Nelson will return as Samuel Stearns in Captain America: New World Order. She-Hulk's latest tease of Intelligencia will almost certainly extend beyond the confines of its first season, branching out into Sam Wilson's next adventure as Captain